Hi there, welcome to the Animals Naturally podcast. The aim of this podcast is to give you ideas and tips on how to help your animals to be happy and healthy more naturally. I'm Suzanne and I'm founder of Taranet, a website that I created over 20 years ago at taranet.co.uk to help give people independent, impartial advice on how to care for their animals more naturally. You'll also find there information and advice on training and education, business coaching advice if you've got an animal care business or any other kind of business. To be honest with you, as the principles of business are the same everywhere. And also I sell the range of Forever Living products, which is aloe vera, and the doTERRA essential oils range. So in this episode of the podcast, I'm going to focus on milk thistle. Milk thistle is used in herbal medicine. It's a tall plant with large flowers that are purple and is native to Europe, but it can also be found in other parts of the world too. The main constituent of milk thistle extract is silymarin, a mixture of compounds as well. Historically, milk thistle has been used for liver disorders, and it's used as a dietary supplement for liver disorders and other conditions today, as it has been for many, many years. So why would you use milk thistle? Why would your animal get a liver condition? Well, unfortunately, animals can get ailments, particularly as they get older. Horses, dogs and other animals can be prone to liver conditions, particularly if they've eaten things they shouldn't do. So, for instance, ragwort is quite renowned as being toxic to equines and sheep and some other animals as well, to be honest. And the plant can have a long-lasting impact on the liver. So I had a donkey myself who's rescued through the Donkey Sanctuary charity. And even though she'd been out of her traumatic conditions for many years, in her latter years, when she was well into her 30s, she did develop a liver condition, which the veterinarian thought probably was due to her having lived in quite poor conditions, eating ragwort when she was much younger. And the veterinarian did recommend to me using a milk thistle supplement. So it's certainly something that veterinarians will recommend to animals if they do think it might serve a purpose and help the animal to be healthy and well. So there is a reputation for the liver being able to repair itself, and certainly that is true. But sometimes the body does need some support, and that's where the support and to prevent deterioration further is where milk thistle can help. So, as with any herb or supplement or food or drink, your animal needs to have the correct amount. So make sure your animal has the correct amount for his or her size, which is where getting veterinary advice is crucial. As I said, many veterinarians, even if they're not specialists in herbal medicine, will recommend milk thistle. There's also been some research taking place. For instance, in 2023, there was a use of milk thistle in farm and companion animals research, which did look at feeding milk thistle to help improve animals' performance. It found that in farm animals, milk thistle can improve animal performance and product quality and oxidative stability, supporting liver function during the reproductive life cycle, improving gut health, and can reduce intestinal pathogens. I'll put a link to this research in the show notes. In dogs and cats, the treatment on chronic and acute liver diseases was found to be helpful. And in equine athletes as well, milk seed cake showed positive effects and a faster return of cortisol to the resting values before exercise occurred. So certainly it's not something as a herb that is restricted just to its benefits in helping with liver complaints. So other research has also taken place finding the constituents of milk thistle can be helpful and not showing any negative side effects as well. So certainly milk thistle is something that you might want to discuss with your vet if you're concerned that your animal has any kind of liver condition, or just it might be a herbal medicine that could be something to consider. So it's generally considered to be safe, but it's not recommended generally for pregnant females. And as with any herbal medicine, just because it's herbal and natural doesn't mean it's going to work, and it doesn't mean it's going to be safe. Certainly, if your animal's on other medication already, then do get your veterinarian to approve the use of milk thistle as a supplement, because different products, even if they're natural, can produce counter effects against each other, which is not going to help anybody and actually might make a bad situation worse. So do speak to your veterinarian. So where can you get milk thistle for your horse or pet? Well, many conventional veterinarians do prescribe supplements, as I mentioned, as my own vet did for my donkey, containing milk thistle. So if your horse or dog or other animal has a liver or health ailment, they may suggest a milk thistle based supplement. They may be able to supply it to you. My vet certainly was able to give me their own milk thistle extract supplement to me. And it was just a liquid that I gave my donkey in some food. You can also buy milk thistle tinctures and seeds for your horse or dog. Hilton Herbs is a company I always recommend for providing high quality herbal supplements, and they supply milk thistle products too. So, in summary, milk thistle is a herb that has been used for many years, both for people and animals, traditionally to help with liver complaints, but can actually help with many other ailments too, and just general performance, as research is beginning to show. Do use milk thistle, as with any herb, in consultation and the approval of your veterinarian. No complementary therapy treatment or can replace medical advice from a qualified vet or physician, so get advice first. And of course, any professional advice should always be sought if you or your animal are at all unwell before using any products or supplements. Delaying professional diagnosis can lead to serious complications. So I hope that's been a helpful overview, and if milk thistle is something you've not already heard of, it's certainly something you know a bit about now. I'll put some links to the research that I've mentioned into the show notes too. So if you'd like any more information on complementary therapies, then do visit my website at taranet.co.uk, and please share this episode with anybody you know who might find it helpful for their own animal. So thank you for listening, and until next time, goodbye.